back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and this is baby Jake. Hello, say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. I'm joining Mama for her live today. I just had my Buffy. And I'm very impatient. But that's it. That's all you get. Anyway, hope you caught that. And if you didn't, rewind. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why? There's no such coaching program like my coaching program, and nobody but nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information for me is below. So I coach with Zoom sessions and phone calls, and I do recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me. And I do meet with all of my clients 2 to 3 times per week. Okay, I see that people had a little chat here. I'm going to get to it really quick. I first wanted to make some announcements and reminders, okay? The way my coaching works is very, very thorough. So I don't think a lot of people really understand that. And I'm going to just explain it for people who have been listening to me for a while and newcomers, okay? So, and by the way, do me a favor, like 10,000 people are watching me every single month. Do me a favor and do yourself a favor. Hit subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. You will learn a truckload on this channel that you're not going to learn anywhere else. You see somebody agrees on the outside, the honking. So click subscribe, okay, and click notifications for when I go live. So I go live usually on Wednesdays and Saturdays, just like today. But essentially subscribe if you want to learn about manifestation. I have a plethora of audios already posted and videos. And again, I'm going live to answer your questions. So that's that. And like I said, I want to remind everybody how I work. I'm very thorough. I'm a very thorough and a very direct coach, okay? I don't dilly-dally. In my coaching, I get straight to it. I understand that a lot of people went through different coaches and this, that, and the other, and that they already have a preconceived notion. However, this is what I want to say. If you're coming into my coaching, understand that I'm very thorough. I will start with your history. Yes, it does resemble, therapy, but it isn't therapy. Again, somebody agrees on the outside. It isn't therapy because I am allowed to give you my opinion. And also, unlike a therapist, I'm giving you assignments every time that we converse via Zoom sessions or phone calls. I give you assignments and I expect of you to complete those assignments. Sorry, Jake's hair is all over my face now. Exaggerating, just in one spot. And so I expect of you to complete those assignments because I'm very, very, very interested in your development, very interested in your success. 2 to 3 months in coaching usually is enough. For some people, if you have more things to process emotionally, it may take you longer. Okay, so don't expect that I'm going to start covering manifestation with you right off the bat. I will give you certain things, but for me, it's important to cover your history first, then get to the processing of emotions, covering your past. And believe me, the way I do it works every time if you take my guidance, if you don't rebuttal me, if you stick to my program, okay? It doesn't work the other way around. You need to part with your old self in order to embark on this journey of being the new self. There is no other way to fucking do this, okay? Just relax and understand this. This is why so many coaches don't do it correctly. Okay, then we do the processes. Depending again on the person, I give different exercises. And believe me, I have exercises galore. I have feedback galore. I customize the coaching to every single person. So it depends on what you're working with. And then the final stage, of course, is manifestation. And again, I give you everything I know, everything that you will need, all sorts of things like energy work, manipulating energy, etc. Now, the updates that I have is that I increased the price for the monthly audios that I no longer record for my channel, only by $100. And I already told you that I would. So I did this for a month. I have over 100 people. For those 100 people, the price will remain the same, which was $350. And I told you this, that I would increase it. So I will increase it further. So if I were you, I would sign up for those audios immediately, because I will continue increasing it. There's so much information in those audios. It's ridiculous. It's entry-level coaching, as it were. So many exercises, so much information that you'll not get anywhere else. And quite frankly, even $450 is a very low price for it, because you get 15 audios per month, and that's like 7 hours of me talking. So, it's just ridiculously overpriced. It's basically like, you could say, not even 2 hours of my time I'm getting paid for it, but you're getting like a huge, gigantic amount of information for a month. So this is something I would recommend on an ongoing basis. And so if you lock in the price of, if you were one of the lucky ones who locked in it at $350, you will continue at $350 for a year. I'll give it to you for a year. If you lock it in for $450, you'll lock it in for $450 for a year. So we did that. I increased the price for the videos, okay, the video school. Again, this information you will not find anywhere else. It's the information about my coaching, all the exercises, what I go through with people. In my coaching, 12 videos that will set you up for success. Again, no interaction with me, but you can follow it up with a phone call. And that's basically all the information that you need. It is, all the links are down below. If they're not, for whatever reason, I've been having some issues, just go find it under any other video on my channel. Okay, I need a sip of tea. Jake's hairs are everywhere. This is why I don't have them usually in my lives. Anyway, fishing out Jake's hair on live YouTube. Somebody give me a fresh cup of tea. Anyway, so that's that. Today's subject is be the only option for your SP. So I'm going to get to all the comments. I just want to get this rolling, and then I'll address all the comments. This thing happened to me the other day. I was doing my taxes, out of all things. That was a fun day, and it was actually. And it just dawned on me how I'm going to explain it to you. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of notes. We'll probably go over an hour. So let me just, I know, fresh tea. I even prepared it, but I don't even know where it is anymore. Anyway, who cares? Let me just look at the comments. Paloma, hi Anna, I will be able to attend, but I think I won't be able to write as I'll be working. Oh, okay. But I'll be listening and present with my energy. That's so sweet. Lots of love to you too. Cat V. Hi, Cat V. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, Anna Elizabeth will grace us with her wisdom. All pests will, please don't bother entering. Anna's pest control is in full force. I love it. Get V again goes. Okay, just so you guys know, because I wish these fucking comments were saved by YouTube, but for whatever reason they're not. And if somebody knows the trick, please let me know. The emoji goes rolled up newspaper, kaboom, and then an emoji that has no, is covered mouth. I see you. Hi, Anna. So happy I can be here for my public school of Anna is School. So cute. I'm still knowing that I will be able to attend private school and even one-on-one tutorials and guidance. Yes, you will. Paloma, all bugs will be stepped on. Paloma, you're so cute. Oh my god, too funny. You girls are funny. I'm sorry, I'm still like in Jake's here. This is, my life as a dog owner. Wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, Cat V goes, I'm here. My phone restarted right when you started. Oh, cute. Yay, Paloma. Okay, Ahli. I'm starting to not think about SP as much anymore. Comes in waves. Is that a good sign? Teach. It took me a little while to figure out what teach meant. Like it means teacher, but I like was thinking that it meant like teach, like as a command, like teach. I'm like, I am teaching, I am, relax. And then I figured out that it was teacher. It took me a moment. Yes, it is a good sign. The answer is a good sign. But we'll get into my subject. I think you will have some answers. Here you go, fresh tea. Gerardo Albanese, good evening. Well, for me it's afternoon, but yes, good evening to you. Mega Mark, who are you? Who am I? Who are you? I think I can pre-advertise. You, not so much. Sorry, I just have to... oh, now it's fine. Anyway, let's get into my notes, shall we? I have quite a few. So I was writing on the way to my CPA, who, by the way, is a fucking genius. You get a history class with him and get taxes done, and he just knows everything about taxes. And I'm like, my kind of person. He is fucking amazing. Really just smart beyond beliefs. Beyond belief. To the ready, Ketvi. Yeah, people who have no life, whatever. So, and it dawned on me that the situation is reverse, okay? A lot of people come into my coaching because they are trying to manifest their SP back, wanting to get attention from their SP, wanting them to leave the third party, wanting them, whatever, to become a different person, all these things. And the situation should be that you are so confident, you are so in your golden Buddha status, that it's not only this guy or this girl that you're attracting, but you have other options, okay? I would not be so zoomed in. This is the cure, and this is probably the most effective advice that I would ever give to anybody. If right now your world swirls around this person, this is a problem, and you would need to completely reconstruct your mentality in order to be the person of your dreams and in order to have the quality of reality that you want, and to have the man or the woman of your dreams, okay? You will not be able to produce a good result even if you get this person back, okay? Let's just say, and enjoy that relationship and have a good version of them if you yourself don't understand how it's actually supposed to all work. Okay, you're supposed to be wanted not by just this one person, but by any person that you want. You're supposed to have literal options. But for all of these options, you're supposed to be the only one. And before somebody screams narcissism, let me explain. Okay, when you decide on, let's just say, dating, okay, or going out into the world and attracting back an SP or whoever that might be, you need to start understanding that the way things used to work before for you doesn't work anymore. Meaning, every time you get yourself into a position of being the third party in that situation yourself, or there is another third party, or the person leaves you, or this, that, and the other. If that's you, the common denominator is you. okay, in those situations. So obviously, the way that you're doing things doesn't work. And so I'm here to tell you that you're supposed to be the center of everybody's world who you choose to who you choose to be your companion. So if you're dating, okay, you have to have different expectations. You're not to expect for this person to go with this one, that one, and the other one. No way. Like, I'm dating you, and so we're just dating with each other, unless you're into like multi-dating or something. But from my client's point of view, that's just really, I mean, not appealing is understatement of the century. So when you're getting into these vibes of expectation of, well, if they're not talking to me, they must be talking to somebody else, or if they're with somebody else is more appealing than I am, and all this drama, trauma, panorama. Well, first of all, you're very insecure, and I can certainly help with that. You have a belief system that is programmed by some kind of history where somebody convinced you of your unworthiness. But most importantly, you will never fix the situation until you understand that the person that you want is supposed to want you back, and you only. So you need to be so confident in yourself that whoever you choose to have a relationship with, and again, let's just say you're dating and you went on a date with this one and with that one and the other one, and then you end up choosing somebody. All of these people want only you. And it's up to you to choose who you're going to end up with. I hope I made my point clear. Okay, so it's not like you have to deserve it. If it's not like you have to earn it. It's not like you have to convince them or chase them and this fucking bullshit. It is just automatic. I want you to understand this is how it's supposed to work. Ideally, you need to have this not strategy, but like understanding about yourself that, you know what, whoever I want wants me back, and only me, just as much as I want them, but only me. Okay, yeah, it used to be in a different way and this, that, and the other, but from now on, this is my reality, period, the end. And for that to happen, okay, honestly, your confidence needs to go through the roof. And parenthesis here, I've discussed this on my channel. Thank you, Ketvi, so much. Yeah, I see you. I'm not, I see you, but I want to just keep going with as it flows. And parenthesis here, this confidence that you will acquire does not have to do anything with how you look, where you're from, what your family's background is, and all this fucking jazz. In other words, just because you grew up in some kind of fashion, or you didn't have something growing up, or that somebody didn't demonstrate their love to you, or even your parent and this, that, and the other, or you didn't have a lot of money and blah, 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 doesn't mean that right here, right now, today, you cannot start becoming a person that is exactly the way you want yourself to be. Okay, it has zero to do with you. Like, what has been happening up until today is fucking irrelevant. Why? Because you can become a different person right here, right now. You can start becoming a different person. And so I really wanted to get into this, okay? I know, I see your ninja smack action, Katvi, and I really appreciate it. I want you to know. The character that you have to become, and this is what I really wanted to get into, is almost like an actor is getting into a role, a new role, okay? So there were times, and I've discussed this on my channel as well, when I first came to New York, right? And I was auditioning for modeling agencies, etc. It was really hard for me because I was awfully shy, like awfully shy. Like, you couldn't talk to me. I was talking like this, with a Russian accent, and kind of in the corner of a zir and like this, and it's like, what the fuck? And I wouldn't score any jobs all the other girls would get the jobs, and I would be like so upset, going home, crying, eating pizza. I mean, I love pizza, but you get the idea. And finally, I was like talking to myself one day in my mind, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And I realized like there's no real significance between me, meaning like no physical like advantage that somebody else that's getting chosen for modeling and acting jobs, that they don't have anything on me. I look in some cases better, blah blah blah, and this and any other. Whatever, better, I mean, more suitable for that job. Okay, let's just say not better like I'm superior. Okay, relax, please. And I'm just as, if not more suitable. And I wouldn't understand why they would pick the other girl or whatever. Okay, so then I finally figured out, what I didn't have was I didn't have the fucking confidence. I didn't. I didn't think I deserved that fucking job. Walking into that room, I was shy. I did not expect to get that job. I was just like, let me just get the fuck out of here before, I start crying in front of these people, because I was so shy. I was so insecure. I was so kind of like dreading the whole deal. And I realized, okay, so I have to basically fake it till you make it. All right, people use this expression, and I just forced myself to act like I have this confidence. Okay, and in the beginning it was really painful, to be honest. Okay, I was just like, I don't believe this for 1 second. But here's the thing, as I was, dressing like the other girls were dressing, and I was more like, comfortable with like some certain clothes, because I was dressing like a fucking dork. Okay, I was literally, if you see my pictures, you'll be like, what is this? Like, seriously? I was dressing like, like I was like 18 at the time. And I was still dressing like I was 15, all right? Don't judge me. It was just like my dorky situation. And I started dressing differently. I started wearing makeup differently, this, that, and the other. In other words, I started to play the part, okay, of that person who is confident and who is self-assured. And right away, I started booking jobs, okay? And when I started booking jobs, then the confidence followed, and I continued that formula of, okay, I can do this. I can do this well. And eventually, and like I said, I share this on my channel. Like, I have scars on my face from acne, this and that. There's other things I'm insecure about. I don't need to mention. But essentially, and it always was a race about, like who's skinnier and this and that. This is very real in modeling, which was one of the things that drove me crazy, quite frankly, because I love to eat. But anyway, regardless of all of these things, I started making real money. Okay, I really started loving it until to a point where, eventually it became a job, and it was really a lot of hours, really long hours. But the thing was, I became that character. And so you can become whatever you're trying to accomplish today, you can become that character by changing certain things about yourself. Obviously, ultimately, the ideas in your mind need to change, because let me tell you something. After that, I was modeling until I was 25. And I still was kind of like miserable in my own personal life. So obviously, certain things shifted for me with money, etc., which I didn't really have much resistance about in the first place. But with relationships, for example, for me, it was a struggle until I was like 29, 30. Okay, and then it was a shift. So obviously, the ideas need to change in your mind. They need to be mirroring back, mirroring the image that you're presenting out there in the world. But the idea is to create this character for whom, okay, yes, you can have a certain physical attribute or attributes plural, but if they're not backed up by the ideas about yourself, by the confidence, okay, you're not getting anywhere in your job, in your personal relationships, or anything like that, right? So look at this. What my life used to be like in my 20s, I would be like, go in front of all these people and act like all confident, and I would come home to some loser boyfriend, okay, who would really mistreat me. So obviously it was a front. I really needed to change my mind as well about my personal worth, not just like how I'm performing at work. And so it's several steps. Let me just check my notes. And so it's confidence. I would say it's frequency, and I would say it's intensity. Okay, the intensity with which you do it. It's not just a chore. It's like you're being on purpose. So if you're choosing a new reality, if you're choosing a new way of being, you need to be intense about it. You need to do it on purpose. Okay, you can't be like, maybe. No, I was deliberate about my manifestations. And parenthesis here, you will find that as a coach, I'm also very intense because I do demand results from you. I do demand for you to show up and do what I ask you to do. Otherwise, I start losing interest. And it has happened in my coaching where I was like, listen, what are we doing here? We're discussing the same thing like every time that, we speak. Listen, come prepared to work so that you can make a difference, because I can be the most amazing coach in the world, and if you don't come ready to work, forget. Why are you wasting your money if you're going to start resisting me, questioning my methods, all this stuff? Happened to me a couple of times. Doesn't happen to me. Didn't happen to me that often. Usually off YouTube, like a couple of people. Or trying to direct my coaching, like, please, hello, if you could have done this on your own, then, you could have done this on your own. You need to be intense about things. That is how a real change is created. If you know what to do and you're not doing it, okay, or if you know what you want and you're not being intense about it, like your life depended on it. And this is how I am about my manifestations. Like my life depends on it, quite frankly, because it actually does. The quality of my life depends on my manifestations that I really crave, that I really want to create in my life, in my world. And so if it is your desire to be the only option for your SP, the only option for that job, the only option, blah, blah, for whoever, you need to be in your mind so intense about this understanding that no matter what happens, okay, this guy or this girl, I'm their only option. I don't care if it's a guy, I don't care if 300 drop dead gorgeous models show up in front of him like butt naked, all right? Let's just say. He will still choose me. To him, they will not be of interest, okay? And this has nothing to do, with anything other than your knowing. You're knowing, okay? You're informing everybody in your reality how they're going to treat you. The people that really matter to you. Can you start taking care of everybody all over the world, as it were? No. Only your reality matters, what you're doing every day, with whom you're doing it. If you're going in with that knowing, okay, yes, you'll find audios on my channel, yes, you can even change a player, from a player to faithful and loyal, from a third party situation to married and totally faithful. You can do that, right? But the reason people don't achieve it is two reasons usually. It's either they don't believe that they can, they don't believe in their power, or they have a lot of resentment, okay, still within themselves towards that person because they ended up choosing somebody else over them. And that's valid. And listen, at the end of the day, it's your decision. In my coaching, I don't argue with you about what you want to manifest. It's your life. I will assist you, okay, to the best of my ability, provided you take my guidance. But the desires that you want, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to criticize. I'm not here to there is no judgment from me. I don't care. Meaning, I don't care to judge you. I don't care. It's your life. Whatever you want to create, it's your creation. So it's my job to assist you. Okay, unless it's something evil, then yes, I judge. And so remember, that this is a play, okay? All of this is imagined. All of this is imagined. So if you want to start becoming, like Kat V asked me the other day, how do I get $50,000? Well, from this day on, you can start becoming a person who has the 50K coming or has the 50K now. Okay, whatever feels more natural. Okay, if you knew for sure you had 50K coming, you'd relax and you just expect it, and it would show up naturally and really organically, really easily. If you knew for sure that you have such a power, and you do, okay, where you say this guy or this girl prefers only me and loves only me and is gaga about me, and there's nobody else on planet Earth for them, or Jupiter or Saturn, that's what it's going to be. And nobody can change that. I don't care. Nobody can change that. In your reality, you have the say so. They cannot, nobody can change it, no matter what, no matter what. But if you're insecure, if you have stuff to process, then it's your job to do that. And this is why when you really look at things, it isn't anybody, like even the resentment doesn't really make sense. Because at some point you created the situation where this person was behaving in a different way. But again, you have to really care to change this person. And so remember that this is a play. Remember that you're a character. And from this day on, you can start changing things. Okay? Everything is imagined, and you can start imagining what is that life like now for you, that this person only prefers you, only wants to be with you. There's nobody else for them. Like I said, 20 drop dead gorgeous models, if it's a guy, can show up butt naked to his doorstep and he'd be like, bleh. Please. And again, has nothing to do with like the looks, who's more beautiful, who's this, that. No. It has to do with confidence, intensity, charisma, energy. Okay? The kind of intensity you put into your desires. It's like, there are people been asking me, like, especially in legal situations that, are quite serious and this, that, and the other. People always ask me, how the fuck did you get this done? Like, it was not gonna go this way. How the fuck did you get this done? I'm like, come into my coaching. Sorry. So it's up to you what to imagine. It's up to you to conduct the orchestra and the show. The character creation has to be for you. Okay? At any day, you can make a decision to be somebody else, and you do not owe an apology or an explanation of any kind to anybody to say, oh, you know what, I've changed because I decided to be more confident. Who cares? Let them make their own fucking assumptions. Who gives a shit? You just become a new version of yourself. Start doing your hair differently. Start putting on makeup differently. Just like what I discussed with modeling. Start taking yourself seriously. Start taking your power seriously. Okay, this is mostly what I work on in my coaching. And again, one-on-one in coaching, I mean, the amount of progress that can be achieved if you just let me do my job is enormous. It really is enormous, because I just see this in people. Every single person that comes into my coaching, I see the potential in them. I really do. If they let me unveil it, is another story. Most people do. 9 times out of 10, 99 out of 100, I would say. Do let me do it. But all of you, and I've said this before, all of you are superstars in my book. You're just playing a different character right now. A miserable character, a character that was dumped, a character that has no money, a character that daba dooba 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 doo. And then that's all it really is. It's nothing personal. You just played a character so well, you became it. You see? It's kind of like the Marilyn Monroe. I sometimes give this example in my coaching. Marilyn Monroe played Marilyn Monroe so well, she became Marilyn Monroe. Well, Norma Jean played Marilyn Monroe so well, she became Marilyn Monroe. Okay? But, that takes practice to embody this new persona. And this is not fake. This is actually changing yourself, you know, not just on the outside. It certainly helps on the outside. This is why, like, I always talk about, you know, like me, for example, I'm crazy about perfume, crazy about incense, crazy about scents, candles, and this and that. Why? Because it helps me, like, how can I say, helps me transport myself into the desired reality, okay? Helps me create my version of reality that I prefer easily. For you, it may be something else, okay? For you, it may be music, etc., etc. Bubble bath, flowers, dooba dooba doo. If you're a guy, maybe it's golf, maybe a walk, maybe this, that, and the other. Whatever really elevates your mood and really does it for you. Hi, Kiyaja. Hello. Thank you for the flower. I love it. Go with it and milk it for everything you have, for everything it's got for you, rather. Frequency. The frequency is king. The frequency is really where it's at. What is frequency? For those who don't understand, it's a feeling. It's how you vibrate. If you vibrate on a happy frequency, the versions of people, circumstances, and events are like, oh my God, amazing. If you're in a shitty mood constantly, usually the quality of your experience is shitty as well. So it's up to you to trick yourself, okay, on a daily basis to choose the frequency on purpose. Do you know how many times, okay, I was in the shittiest mood ever, and I changed my frequency, my feeling, my overall vibration on purpose. Like literally, it's like a gym, all right? This is what you need to develop. Like a gym of like from shitty, disappointed, sad, blah, 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 to confident in my choice, confident in the creation of reality, confident in the outcome, feeling blessed, feeling gifted, feeling chosen by my universe. Of course, duh, it's my universe. Being reminded by my power. That's a totally other thing. And I was able to transform my reality in a day. That's what you can do. And so don't you think then you can turn shit around in your relationship? Yes, you fucking can. But the thing is, can you do this daily? That's the entire situation. Okay, I'll answer some questions now. I do have some more notes, but I want to answer some questions. Whew. Man, I talked so much. It's about worthiness. It's really all it is. Anytime you walk into the room, anytime you think about any circumstance, anytime you think about your SP, you're like, of course they're going to choose me. They're already mine. Out of the myriads of people, they will choose me. And again, that goes for all your relationships. And like I said, if you were to date, I don't know, 12 people at a time, I'm exaggerating, but they would all be interested only in you if you had that confidence. Of course, dating 13 people or 12 people is a job, you would need to choose one. But I'm just saying it would be a pattern of a different kind. If you have a pattern right now that every guy you meet or every girl you meet chooses somebody else, and it's like a repetitive like shit show, it's you who's producing that with the kinds of unworthiness thoughts, unworthiness situation that you have going on. The same deal with money. If you don't have any money right now, you're feeling unworthy, okay? You have blockages about worthiness, instability, things like that. It might not be directly obvious to you, oh yeah, I do feel worthy, like some people go, yeah, I do feel worthy, etc. But it might be just a frequency around money. You may not have any resistance, some people don't, and some people have resistance with their relationships. The thing is, if you're feeling unstable, let's just say period, maybe in your moods, maybe you feel unsafe in the world, I don't know, kinds of unsafety feelings that come up. Money is related to safety. Money is related to being stable, being safe, provided for, freedom, etc., etc. So if you feel unfree, if you feel stuck, if you feel unacknowledged on all these things, they translate into lack of money and lack of relationships on your terms. Hold on, let me check my notes. Hi, Boring Ghost. You already asked me that question. Boring Ghost goes, what's the best way to change subconscious limiting beliefs? You already asked me this question on one of the lives, and I told you that I have my own methodology, and it's part of my coaching. So I'm not, going to get into this now, but I have my way. 1 second, I'm checking my notes. So you need to really acknowledge your, oh, here comes another shit show. And by that, I really mean a spam situation. People really have a lot of time on their hands to go on a YouTube channel and start spamming. Sorry for the sirens. To the ready, Ketvi goes. Boring Ghost goes, if recent dreams show SP and the desire seems less, is the indicative of Shabbat? Again, that's a question you've asked me before. Listen, we already have this conversation, right? I don't want to keep answering the same questions. I'm sorry. And you told me you were going to book an hour with me to talk about this in detail, but if you want to continue just asking me questions live, I mean, I'm just going to give you the same answers. Sorry, not trying to be difficult. I've answered it already. It's all recorded. You can rewatch it. This is why I show up here. Parenthesis here. Acknowledging your strengths and areas of opportunity. So nobody's perfect, right? I mentioned I sucked at relationships to 29, 30 years old. I was like, wow, I'm doomed. Like, seriously, what the fuck? But understand what are your demons, in other words. Like, is it the relationships? Is it the money? Is it the health? Get me, bye, Swati. Bye, toilet. The sound. Flashing spammers in the chat room here, Ketvi. Seriously, Ketvi, I have to give you a job. Feel bad, I'm making you work for free. Where was I? What's your area of opportunity? You have strength. Everybody has strength. So my strength personally was like, I was always a hard worker. I knew how to make money. I was very resourceful, very good with research, very responsible. But the quality of men that I would attract and be gravitated towards was, quite frankly, a shit show. One shit show after the other. It was like, now that I look back, honestly, it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck was I doing? What the fuck was I thinking? Right? And that could be you today. So this could be really a change of not only yourself, but the kinds of people you attract, the kinds of people you choose. Swati, yes, you are a spammer, okay? It's like, yes, you are a spammer. Look at your questions. Everybody can see you're a spammer. It's like, black is not black. Please, what are you talking about? You have time like that? I'm not a spammer. The sky is not blue. Okay. You have to be familiar with what it is that you know that you're good at. And then repeat the recipe elsewhere. Meaning, if you know how to make money and you have no resistance there, you have to repeat the recipe in terms of, obviously, if you make a lot of money, you have no resistance towards that. So just like that, you can cultivate beliefs about relationships where you have zero resistance towards something that is completely yours. Listen, anytime you want something, it's already yours, right? This drama trauma panorama is unnecessary. And like I said, everything is imagined. And so you're imagining this problem being real, okay? You're imagining that you're not wanted. This is your story. You're the writer, okay, of the story. And from your parents or whatever you experienced previously, you've downloaded a script that isn't yours. And so you carry on telling the script, the story, but the new script is just as valid. The new reality is just as valid. Nobody is restricting you from that. And so you can apply the same situation and realize if it's not either or, either I'm good with money or I'm good in relationships. No, you can have all of it. The entire situation you can be worth a lot of money, you can have the perfect relationship or quasi perfect, nothing is ever totally perfect, but the one that you want. You can have the house that you want, you can make the money that you want. Are there going to be challenges? Obviously. Are you ever going to get upset? Obviously. But on the whole, your situation, your overall experience should be one of bliss. I always talk about this. And this took me like years to understand, okay, that life is not supposed to be miserable. Like whenever, sometimes I walk in the streets of New York and I really just, sometimes I forget the plugs or whatever to listen to my music and I overhear what people are talking about. Oh my fucking God. It's really depressing. You know, people really sound like life is going to end tomorrow, some of them. This is not so if you choose a different reality for yourself. Like things can start to change and you can really start thinking in a different way. Like your life can actually be blissful for the most of time, most of your life, most of your experience. Again, challenges, yes. Some things to figure out, yes. But overall, if you know that you're in charge, if you know this is your story, then you can really make profound, and I mean profound changes. Okay? If you're intense about it, again, have to stress this, you have to be intense about it. You have to really want it with every fiber of your being. Okay, and if that's the way that you approach your manifestations, honestly, they have no choice but to come around. So again, if you want your SP to want you in the same manner as you want them and for them to be all about you, there's nothing easier. But it's you who has to be convinced of that reality before you create that on the outside. If you're looking for validation from them or from your girlfriend, boyfriend, meaning your friend, etc., etc., not boyfriend, sorry, your friend, your buddy, forget it. You don't need any. I don't ask anybody what they think. Nobody. Not even my man. I mean, I respect him. I admire him and this and that. I like his opinions, but what I need to know about me and what I need to know about what I have to do, I don't ask anybody. Okay? I know what I need to know. So the only one who needs to be convinced of the kind of reality you reside in is you and only you. Okay? So if you start going around asking people, what do you think? What do you think? It's going to be a shit show all over again. You're going to get a mixed bag of advice, and frankly, it's not going to be that great because people have got their own issues. Service dog Cinder. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Hello, new sub. Love your makeup. Oh, thank you. I did it myself. It's Chanel. Thank you. Cat V. Swatted got swatted. Swatty got swatted. It's just Cat V, when are you becoming a stand-up comedian? When are you gonna cash in on your talent? It's just twitching before death. Okay, alright. Relax. Oh my god, so funny. Alright, guys. I've spoken for 15 minutes. You got any questions on the topic? And again, I want to stress, it doesn't have to make sense. Okay? It really doesn't have to make sense. Again, all your life you could have been a certain other way. Okay, like in my coaching, I have people of all ages, and I'm really flattered by that, by the way. It doesn't matter if you've done something for X amount of years. You can start changing yourself today. Just because you've done something for an X amount of years doesn't mean you cannot change it. Doesn't mean it has to stay like this forever. Okay? And, okay, it doesn't have to be that, how can I say this? You could benefit from coaching even though you don't think so. Okay, some people are really shy about it. Some very, I don't know if skeptical is the right word, but really shy, I would say, you know? But the thing is, would you rather do it with somebody who's already done it, like many times over, or would you rather do it yourself? You know what I mean? Like, if I want to do taxes, do I go to like somebody who's done it like a million times over, or do it myself on my laptop? I would say that you go to a professional, you know, who's going to show you all the tricks of the trade. And so that's the thing. You know, some of you are very shy, and like some of you come to me like after years of watching me, and I understand that. But, you know, get ahead of it. And if that's you today, like, you're overdue. You're overdue because you'd rather prepave things than just expect for them to change while you're not changing. It's not going to happen that way. Cat is so funny, Kiaja. Cat is fucking hilarious, if I just say so myself. She really is. Royal One. Hey from Kali. Hey. Kiaja. What does it mean when you have dreams about your SP? I had one last night and he was so eager to see me. Right, so the dreams, Boring Ghost already asked that question, but I didn't answer his or hers. I'm still not sure. Because I've already answered. Dreams, it's communication. It's communication. Maybe that person's thinking about you. Maybe they want to talk to you. And again, but in the dreams, different versions can come and visit you. Okay, I know this for a fact, because I've seen that. You know, with my SPs, etc., different versions can come and visit you. So it's important to keep in mind that the dreams, they're visitations of, you're visiting a different reality also in your dreams. So it's just like reality, but different. You're visiting a different parallel reality in your dreams. So you get a glimpse of this reality in which this SP is this way. So I don't normally, like, unless it's, so I spoke about dreams before during my life, and there's no way for me to explain it other than there's different qualities of dreams, and there are dreams in which you recognize that it's a different reality. Then there's a dream of literal prediction, has a different quality, a little bit more. The feeling is like, pay attention, we're giving you information here, like your higher self and your guardian angels. And then there's like nonsensical dreams and lucid dreams, of course. Nonsensical dreams are just mumbo jumbo that literally if you told somebody out loud what you saw, it wouldn't make no fucking sense. And that's just your brain processing things. The subconscious mind sometimes needs to process certain things. So that's what it really is. But again, the dreams, I would not take everything literal unless, again, the quality of a dream where there is a prediction feels different from the quality of a dream that is just kind of like, well, here's a reality kind of deal. What do you think? Do you want that, or do you want something else? That kind of a feeling. And again, I want to go back to the topic and really stress this. And this is, you know, kind of like the centerpiece of my coaching for a reason, which I stress all throughout there's a thread all throughout my audios on my channel and in my coaching, with everybody in my coaching and in my coaching program. It centers around you. And so in order to be chosen by anybody, in order to be able to manifest things on your terms, you have to know that you're important, okay? You have to know that you matter. You have to know your worth. You have to know that it's my way. This reality is my way and no other way. Now, this doesn't mean, that you get to abuse people, that you need to get to mistreat them. No. But in your reality, let's just say, for example, if your guy or girl is with somebody else right now, you can get that guy in your reality. In the other reality, that guy will still, or girl will still remain with the other person. But in your reality, you get to do things on your terms. And that's perfectly fine. But you don't get to interfere into their relationship in the 3D and start causing chaos. No, that is not allowed. But can you manifest a reality in which another version decided of their own accord to split up with this person and come to you? Yes, you can do that. You can do that, no problem. You see, as long as you're not manipulating things, you're manifesting things, everything is good. But if you're getting into these situations where, you're taking action in the 3D and it's not benevolent action, yeah, no, that's not how it's done. So, in other words, when you know that you're important, when you know that you're like literally creating your reality on automatic pilot with your internal mental ideas, mental capacities, moods, thoughts, etc., it's just 3D becomes so irrelevant. You don't have any more obstacles, because yes, we are in flesh and bone in this 3D, but you're like only 1% of you is flesh and bone. The 99.999% of you is spirit, okay, is energy. And so most of your creations are happening not in the 3D. Hello, how are you? Good morning. They're happening energetically. And that's a higher level of creation. That is the way to create anything. But for that, again, you need to like totally know what I just told you, totally understand it, and totally invest in yourself in terms of investing in that understanding of not only do I matter, but I have the power to create any version of reality that I want. And I know you've heard these words like many times before from me and maybe from other channels, but it's literally like when you understand the power is entirely in your hands and nobody's going to stop you from it, and nobody's going to be judging you for wanting something, or etc., etc., it just becomes so normal and natural to get what you want, okay? And it becomes that every day you get exactly what you want. Is that so boring? Not to me. I don't know about you guys. But it's all on your terms. I have to stress it. I create my reality all on my terms. And if it's not on my terms right this moment, it's going to be. I'm that stubborn. You have to be that stubborn. You have to be that determined. So giving up is not on the menu. Knowing that you're powerful is definitely the number one item to discuss, and invest in your understanding of it. That's the only thing you need to understand. And then, quite frankly, if you do know that, if you really do know that, you don't do anything stupid in 3D, including like harming others, etc. And also you don't doubt yourself. Like if I explain to you how much power you really hold energetically, I mean, it just might blow your fucking mind, seriously. Oh, here's hi Sarah, hi Anna. Do you believe in black magic? like someone can keep someone away from you? And if so, are we still powerful enough to make that person wake up? Okay, so here's the deal. I'm not going to sit here and say that there are some people out there who use what you call magic and manifestation. Oh my God! 1 second, pause. Hi Laura P. Oh my God, hi Anna. I actually made it live this time. I was literally thinking about you, Laura P. Right before I went on. I was wondering about you. Here's a manifestation right now. Anyway, I'm really happy you made it. Um, I miss you. Okay, let me answer this question because I just wanted to say hi to Laura P. Because I literally set an intention that I was going to see you here, and it came true. I love it. So it's just like this with SP, by the way. You can make an intention and they can fucking text you already. Okay, so, all right, let's go back to Sarah. So I'm going to read this thing again. The question that is, do you believe in black magic, like someone can keep someone away from you? And if so, are we powerful enough to make that person wake up? Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say that some people don't use what you call magic, which is manifestation and energy work, okay? In a way that you're not supposed to. There are people that do that. Can somebody keep somebody away temporarily? Sure. Unless you're like me and you're very well aware of energies. Okay, again, not going to sit here and say there are no like non-benevolent energies, okay, out there, that, some of them, again, I encountered in my coaching. I read energy like with my eyes closed. Okay, you can send me an email and I'll read your energy. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and say that some people are not, really just into causing harm. However, if you know your energy and if you know how to protect yourself, and this is, you don't have to necessarily do it daily, but you have an agreement, okay? And again, like if you're doing this type of work like I do, it kind of like comes with the territory. I have to know my energy so well so that if something extraneous comes in, I automatically feel it. It just like the alarm starts ringing. What is this energy? This is not my energy, right? So then you recognize the energy, and so now you have to do something about it. This is real talk. I mean, and I teach this in my coaching because this is real life. Like what I just talked about, you mostly energy, this is what happens. And again, this doesn't have to be black magic. This could just be a person who sent bad energy away, okay? So can you then get rid of it? 100% yes. And in a way, I, talked about it in the audio, Give People Back Their Bullshit. I hesitated talking about this stuff on my channel because I didn't want to get weird reactions. But for those of you who like know my material, I am like all over, energy work. This is what magic spells are to me. Magic spells are literally manifestations, maneuvering energy. It's not some kind of like woo-woo shit. Okay, I just use that term to explain it quickly to people so that it kind of clicks in. But can you turn it around? You can, yes, you can send the energy back to that person. But again, you have to be so attuned to your energy that whenever somebody sends something your way, you can catch it with your how can I say, your frequency will tell you something extraneous just came in. What do you want to do about it? Okay, if somebody doesn't leave your mind, for example, and it's not a good thought, somebody you have no business thinking about, you don't care about this person, you don't really maybe even like this person, and they're constantly on your mind, they're doing something, whether that's black magic. I wouldn't be so intimidated by it, okay? I can teach you how to do it in my coaching, certainly, or with a phone call or whatever. It's not that complex, but the thing is, you can't be intimidated by it. And you can certainly send that shit back. And that person let's just say it's not going to be good for them, but then they have no business doing that to you, period. So can the other person wake up? Yes. Yes. Am I going to sit here and say this is not possible? To temporarily could work, but for the long term, the person who created that situation or had somebody create that situation will suffer immeasurably. Like, this is not a fake promise. Like, I'm telling you, I witnessed this in my life. Like, their whole life will crumble. So, big warning, be benevolent, be benevolent. My God, even watch your words. Watch your words towards yourself, towards your money, towards what your body, towards everything. Sometimes we're like, well, I learned that like when I was 30, I made a huge effort to watch my words. Some words don't even belong in your vocabulary. Let me just tell you this. You need to throw them out because they're like literally the utterings. Catherine Ponder, who is, I'm sure a lot of you know who this is, literally said, uttering something means creating the outer. And I think that's totally true. Okay, so I hope I answered that. But a lot of you are wondering about it, but this is exactly what I teach also that I cover in my monthly audios. Okay, and I just explained why I increased the price because honestly, nobody's fucking discussing this shit in the manifestational circle in the way that, in a practical way for people to understand. And this is very much kind of like a taboo subject almost, to some people, even manifestation is like black magic, which is totally ridiculous. But in my monthly audios, I do discuss that, and I have the freedom there to discuss whatever. So you would be wise to sign up. Okay. Can somebody check really quick? Sorry, can somebody check if my links are below? I think my assistant set it up, but I can't see it now. So if my links are below, you can just like book the whatever you need to book, but the monthly is there, the monthly audios. Somebody can just check and let me know if the links are there. I was having issue with that, I know, the last couple of videos. Kat V goes, my son just received an award for tenacity at school this past week. Nice. Congratulations. I'll look at it on the fridge to remind me. That is so cute. I love it. Kiaja says, sometimes I feel like I forgot that the 3D exists. I get so enamored in my mind. Yeah, actually, well, that's what I'm talking about. You're supposed to be more in your mind. It helps to be more in your mind than in the 3D. Not that you're completely ignoring the 3D, not that you being completely like delusional and whatever, but the fact is you're constantly creating the 3D, so why are you taking the cue from the 3D? There's no reason to take any fucking... Literally, if you stop taking cue from the 3D and automatically created your reality, just not paying attention to anything or anyone with your ideas, you would see such a shift in your mind, provided you believe that you can do that. It would be mind-blowing to you. It would literally blow your fucking mind, okay? Okay. Laura P. Missed you too, Anna. I've literally been intending to join today. Haven't had a weekend to myself. Yeah, you know what's so funny, Laura P? You're so cute, by the way. Thank you for the hearts. I was like tapping into your energy. Sorry, but I wanted to know where you've been, and like my intuition told me, yeah, she's just been busy. She's been like maybe traveling and doing things. Anyway. Ahli says, I just don't understand why I keep thinking about SP. Is he thinking about me? Is this why? Yes. Yes, that is why. The short answer is yes. You have an invisible telephone to your SP, guys. You do. It's the kind of messages that you're transmitting to your SP. That's all it really is. This is why it's really easy. This is why I say it's really easy. But for a lot of you, it's very hard to get off the past situation. This is why I offer coaching, because we do cover the past and process it, so you let it go, really let it go. Like on an emotional, on a cellular level, when you completely are not on that wavelength anymore, not on that frequency at all, like you literally cannot recognize the person that you are becoming or have become. You know, you will feel the difference between the person who's thinking in a certain way and who's now changed their mind about so many different things, and therefore produces a different reality. So Katvi says your links are there. Oh, thank you very much. Thank goodness. Laura P, could you talk about how annoying all these channels are on narcissists and the new fad limerence? Oh, I didn't hear about that. Wanna roll my eyes at those channels. Well, whatever the fuck limerence is, or the way they mean it, rather. The narcissist channels, honestly, okay, I already talked about this, but you know this, the biggest of them all, and again, I hate to talk trash, but this is just the reality of things, okay? Oh my god, what's her name? Ramini. The biggest channel about narcissists is Ramini, Dr. Ramini. I think her name is pronounced that way. She literally went on this talk show with this other guy who I don't really like. He's okay. He's interviewing people on his show. He's kind of cute. I forget what his name is. Something, I don't know. He's cute. He just got engaged. And she literally went on his talk show, and I happened to catch like a glimpse of the interview on Instagram by chance, and she says in that clip, she goes about her story, I never forgave my narcissists. I don't think it's necessary, or I can't, or they don't deserve it, or something like this, like literally very categorical, like it's not necessary to forgive narcissists or something like that. And I'm like, this is a psychologist? Hello, good morning, how are you? It is the first thing that you need to do. No, actually, wait. The first thing that you need to do is, how did you attract them? Okay? And if you can understand how you attract them in your personal life, I'm not talking about like, yeah, sure, you can meet like narcissists left and right. Like, you know, I mean, like the copycat is definitely a narcissist, like total cuckoo psychopath. Like totally lying about she talks like me, okay? Her channel is restricted now, thank God, but she's about to lose it also, thank God, because like to lie like that, you have to be a psychopath. But if it's somebody who comes into your reality like a romantic partner, you need to understand that you haven't forgiven somebody, okay? The initial narcissist in your life, like I mean, I can talk openly about it. My mom is a narcissist, total crazy narcissist. And I've encountered several narcissists in my dating until I realized I have to let that go. And I have to understand that I deserve more. Like I don't deserve being living in that program of I deserve abuse, or I deserve being neglected, and I deserve to be unloved, okay? Because my, a couple of relationships that I had were totally abusive in every way. And so when you deconstruct that, and when you understand where it's coming from, not only do you forgive, then you start understanding why that happened, okay? And then, I mean, there's no more narcissists in your personal life. And again, in work, in whatever, people you don't give a shit about, you just say, oh yeah, narcissist, got it, next. You don't get involved, you understand? You don't find them alluring anymore. The reason you find a narcissist alluring is because there is an unhealed wound within you that still craves to correct that previous situation. I'm giving you gold right here, right now. It took me like years to understand. And you're trying to heal the original wound with this person who you're trying to fix. Okay. Meanwhile, the one who needs fixing is you. So you don't encounter these fucking people, or that you change the narcissist. But to go and start to demonize them and to make them like these all powerful, they're not all powerful. These versions of people are totally scared shitless of you realizing how much full of shit they are. They're weak, they're scared, they're insecure, they're they don't have an identity. You know, they're borrowing somebody's identity. This is why the copycat borrow, like literally, if you go get a chance, go look at her videos. Like there are like so many videos where she literally talks like me, uses the same vocabulary. Like she borrowed my fucking personality. That's how insecure she is. Okay, so don't idolize it, don't demonize it. Understand that it's coming. If you are attracting a romantic partner who is a narcissist, or a friend or whatever, it means that you yourself need healing. And once you do, you recognize these people. Like I recognized the copycat like almost immediately. But she was in my coaching and I was like, well, you know, she's in my coaching and I'm, you know, unless it becomes a problem, I don't need to say anything. But I recognized it, like you already have the thing, like, oh, it usually has to do with it, nothing is their fault. That's usually the giveaway situation. Nothing is her fault. And everything is, you know, somebody else is to blame. Laura P. Wanna roll my eyes at those channels? Oh yeah, already read that. Laura P. Yep, went on vacation recently. Oh wow, you see that? Thought transmission. Dun dun dun. Pranay. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Do you make heart? What? What? Game over. Laura P goes, it's disheartening coaches like her out there. Yeah, you know, that's honestly, I'm trying to do my best here for people to be aware of what's out there. Because, listen, this is just one person, but the stories I heard in my coaching, holy shit, bananas. I mean, you know, that's all I can say. I'm not gonna quote my clients, but all I can say is holy shit, bananas. Yeah. So, yeah, it's not disheartening. It's actually scary. She needs mental help. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not even trying to put her down. She needs mental help. I mean, to lie like that, only a psychopath can, and that's a coach. How is that supposed to happen? Laura P. She gives others a bad name, and no wonder others have doubts and manifestation. That's the thing. That's the thing. I think that's the most upsetting thing, that like they're of the bad apples, because of bad apples like her. People think of coaches as I don't know, you know, fraud, or whatever, not real or something, or the manifestation not being real. That's the most upsetting thing, yeah. Due to people like her, yes. Laura P goes, after people complain on Reddit, well, not everybody's on Reddit, you know. Cat V, this fits in with the epiphany I had yesterday. I made a short voice memo about it. Involved forgiving my mom for real, truly forgiving. She passed July 2023. Oh, I'm sorry. I thanked her for her role in my play. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not all bad. Listen, narcissists are not all bad. It's just that because they don't understand that they have value also, they act so weird. It's really weird how they act. And that is only a behavior of a really broken person inside. Like you understand, like like two people can be like really broken inside, and one does not choose to harm other people, but another chooses to harm other people in order to make themselves feel better. Now that is, I can't understand that. Like that blows my fucking mind, like on another level. You understand? Like that is really difficult for me to understand. So but at the same time, they do have good qualities. So if they only understood to invest in those good qualities, and that they are of value, if they just believe in themselves, provided they, go to therapy and all this shit, listen, things are possible. But don't engage in fixing anybody. Just fix yourself. And like I said, you won't attract in your personal life, these kinds of versions. But if you did, you can change it. I've done this 100% in my personal life and in my coaching. Totally. Like, you would not recognize this person. Like, you can literally, I can look in the camera and say, you can turn a narcissist into an empath. 100%. Yes, I've said it. Hi, Anna. Hi. It's Anna Saltybeck. Yeah, you told me you signed up, but I didn't receive anything from you. So maybe, I don't know what's the confusion, or maybe you meant something else. But I usually receive like a text message. So if you need me to answer anything, I would be glad. But I was looking forward to working with you or something. I don't know what was the decision that you made. I was very confused. But anyway, hello. um. Laura P, I hope people realize who she is ASAP. Well, the thing is, like, we are in court now. Over it's actually a pretty serious deal. Okay, and that's all I'm going to say. If you Google copyright infringement and punishment, you will see what it says. So, and she's literally like, not only did she like word for word steal my videos, she put on, like, she talks like me. She talks like me, and she started saying that she created this coaching program and coached with my coaching program. What after I asked her to not do this repeatedly. So it's a huge deal. I don't think she understands, like, that she's not above the law. But she has a lot of fans, and they're all kind of like thinking that she is a normal person. A normal person doesn't break the law. That's where I draw the line, where it's like, okay, you're not afraid to go to jail. Okay, you're literally crazy to me. So anyway, Cat V, I recognize my mom was only playing out what I gave her to work with. Now she has completed her role and is returned to peace. She was a lesson. Yeah, listen, yes, totally. I consider my mom being a lesson also. And again, she wasn't all bad. It was just like a lot of things that she did was really abusive, really abusive. But it was a lesson. And because of her, I learned a lot of things, let's just say. Because of her, I mean, I am really good in fashion, really good taste in music, all these things. But I guess, like, the lesson for me was that, I had to rediscover what I'm really worth. And it wasn't easy, but, I was, yeah, I am grateful. Till this day, I'm grateful for a lot of things, really. And you know what? I don't know that I would be coaching people if it wasn't for her. So here you go. You know what I mean? Turn lemons into lemonade. Cat V, yeah, my mom had a side to her only few saw, so no one outside the immediate would believe in the stories. Yeah, that's how they operate. They do things in private, and then you look crazy in public. So, yeah, yeah, it's pretty damaging. There's no other way of saying it. And if you're a child, it really has profound consequences for your self-esteem, for your psyche. Yeah. And like I said, the kinds of lovers or, like boyfriends, girlfriends that you end up attracting. So anyway, Kiyaja, I had to drop one of my friends in quotations that was a narcissist. I loved his art and only had good intentions. with him, but he had the mindset that the world was against him. It was said. Yeah, that's another one. The paranoia. The world is against me. Nobody loves me. I'm alone. I will end up alone. And I haven't had a chance yet. Oh, okay. No, all right, because I was under the impression last time that you said that you already signed up. That's why I didn't understand. Okay. But yeah, whenever you're ready. I was just like literally checking my email just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Laura P, she is a grifter. I'm learning new words here. I'm not sure what that means. Cat V, our stories are eerily similar in key aspects. Yeah. Well, they do operate very similarly. So Cat V goes, my mom's mom was a fashion designer in Los Angeles. Oh, wow. That's so nice. Laura is laughing. Someone who takes advantage of another's suffering when she doesn't care. Right. Okay. Yeah, someone who takes advantage, period. I would say. Except the money, yeah. That's the thing though, you know. Money is nice, money is fun, money is beautiful, but if you put money ahead of everything, yeah. First of all, it's not gonna last very long. Well, that's the end. It's not gonna last. I mean, how many people can you fuck over and not be called out for it, and for people to not find out? I think reputation and your the work that you do, it should be treasured. And if you're that kind of person who Jake is doing something weird. Jake, are you okay? Jesus, Jake. Jake. Okay. I think he was just sneezing. I'm a very paranoid mama. She has to Laura P, if she has to copy you, she isn't into anything else. Listen, it's still very mind-blowing what happened to me. Hold on 1 second. What's he doing? Jake. I'm gonna have to wrap up. Okay, he's good. Yeah, I mean, I didn't understand the whole situation. I really don't understand why you need to copy somebody. You can just go do something that you're actually good at. And did she really think that she was gonna get away with it? I mean, it's all sorts of crazy. I don't know. Laura P goes, I even got another email from her 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I know about that. Somebody else told me to. Yeah, she literally, Laura P goes, to join her coaching, I erased it. She likely had my email from old channel. Can you guys hold on 1 second? I gotta check what's going on with Jake. Hold on 1 second. Whoop. Oh, now that I'm getting up, you're okay? You okay? Sorry. Had to check on the baby. I even got another email from, okay, 2 weeks, yeah, I know about that email. She just basically uses my coaching program and tells to everybody that it's hers. So good luck with that. Kathy says, poor Jake talking about narcissists and your mucus Tracy is making him hack. Yeah. No, he's fine. I think he was just thirsty. I think he does it for attention between you and me. He starts making like weird sounds like, hello, I'm more important. But yeah, animals sense energy for sure. Anyway, I kind of said everything I had to say on that topic about her. Like I said, we're in court. It's pretty fucking serious. I don't know what she expected for how that would turn out. But again, I'm actually grateful for the experience because, first of all, I never thought that somebody would do such a thing, but I'm grateful for the experience because I got some education from it. And anybody, like, I coach coaches, obviously, because she first came to me coaching as as an individual, and then she wanted to coach as a coach. And now I can explain to coaches in my coaching how to handle situations like that. Like, it never really occurred to me that a person would be that stupid. Okay, that's the only adjective that I can use to do such a thing. Like, knowing full well that it's public, you know. So now I can educate other coaches how to protect themselves. But it's insane because like all of my work is dated. It's literally every audio on my channel has a timestamp, not only from YouTube, but from, the recording itself. And I'm really grateful that I did it that way. So anyway, Laura P. She likely doesn't even have what she wants with her. She doesn't. I don't see. I don't want to. My ethics. I will never discuss her personal life in detail, but she doesn't. She doesn't know what she's talking about, and I will not. What I discuss on my channel is literally business only. What she did in public, and I just shined a light to it. So everything else is I don't give a shit. Okay, let me read Laura P's. Jake is okay, everybody, for those who was concerned. I think he was just acting out. Anyway, Laura P, she likely doesn't even have what she wants with her SP, and it angers me she coaches people on that. Yeah. Listen, again, if you go to her channel and you check it out, she sounds like she memorized my channel really well. And it shows that she memorized it. It doesn't flow. I'm unscripted. I have some notes, but I can show you. Like from today, these are my notes. That's it, like a couple of situations. And then as you can see, I developed them. She doesn't have that. She literally, like, if you see her videos, she goes to the text. It's somewhere next to the camera or whatever. And she checks the notes constantly because she literally doesn't know what's next. It's not coming out of her head. It's really scary. And yes, it should anger people because, how can you coach about something that you literally, like, it's a script. She's reading a script. From my channel. Really bizarre. Really bizarre. Like, you'll have it. You know what it looks like? It looks like a really bad SNL impression of me. That's what it sounds like. And for those videos that it doesn't sound like me, I suspect it's from somebody else. Because why not? Why not copy several people? So anyway. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, Jake is a little bit of a drama queen. He gets really jealous. Unless, like, even when sometimes when I'm on the phone, he comes and just like looks at me like, "What? How long are you gonna be on the phone?" Anyway, but he's good. Um, Let me just look at my notes. Oh my goodness, this must be like the longest live that I've ever had with you guys. Let me just make sure I covered everything. Oh, here's what I really wanted to discuss. So we're talking about bullies, so it's apropos. Um, in changing yourself and becoming the ultimate version who has your SP's attention 24/7, just like Jake has mine, literally. Um, and that they prefer only you. The bullies that are your fears or your beliefs, okay, they will literally put up a fight. Okay, just like toxic people in your life that you encounter, like narcissists that we just discussed, they will put up a fight, and they have nothing to stand on other than because they're not based in truth. Like the copycat is not based in truth. She has nothing to back herself up with other than lies. And so be prepared for those beliefs to put up a fight. It's a normal process. And don't be intimidated by it. And it almost like the bullies that are the fears and the beliefs, they're almost like people to me because I've encountered these bullies like in my life over and over again. And for that, honestly, I'm so fucking grateful because I learned how to handle that. I learned how to recognize them, like I said. I learned how to handle that. And like, for example, I spoke about my drug addict ex, like so many different ways, because that was the most disastrous relationship that I've ever had in my life. And at the same time, that taught me a lot. Taught me a lot what I don't want. And really, I am so proud of myself for leaving that relationship and for overcoming that situation and plunging myself into change with such intensity that, I mean, I cannot describe to you. After that, my life has been blissful galore, but only because I started to change, like literally, radically, intensely. Okay. But he would have these conversations with me when I tried to leave him like several times, maybe like 3 or 4 times. And he would say to me, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go on your own? Who's gonna want you? And what the fuck are you going to do?" You know, that kind of deal. And I would be questioning myself, you know, meaning like, what am I going to do other than modeling? Which is why I didn't quit modeling for such a long time. You know, all you're good for is just looking cute. You're not good for anything else. I hate to tell you that. You know, these kinds of underhanded bullshit things. Until I really kind of like got fed up and I started looking for a way out, you know, and I talked about this in my story on my channel, the audio about my story where like literally one day I broke down, I started crying, and I literally prayed for a way out of that situation. And about a month, maybe 2 months later, I got a sewing machine for my birthday from him. That's the only thing I asked for some reason. I don't know, literally not premeditated, not nothing, but I literally got the sewing machine and I started sewing and I created a bunch of designs, and that gave me strength to leave him. And at that time, at that moment, at that state of the game, I had zero doubts that I could leave him. So when you have these bullies in your mind of literally people or excuse me, beliefs or fears testing you and telling you you're no good, you're never going to achieve, what are you going to do, la la la, achieve your dreams, please, not you, why you, why not me? Know that you have to turn it around with your self-esteem. Your self-esteem needs to be reworked, and when you have your self-esteem, you can conquer any bully. And so every day, this is why I coach the way I do and why I talk about things like SP my fucking ass, because the real deal, the real main dish is your self-esteem. When you have your self-esteem, please, money SP, this, that, career, la la la. It's all easy. The most challenging part is to get your self-esteem intact. Because then you can handle any fucking bully under the fucking sun. All right? Laura P. I manifested it be long so I could join. Oh. Not sure exactly what you mean, but it sounds good. All right, guys. This is the longest live, so good luck rewatching it, but lots of good stuff in here. Oh, the live. Okay, yeah. Got it. If anybody has one additional question, I will answer that. Otherwise, all the information is below. You know that you absolutely need the monthly audios in order to continue educating yourself. Those audios are unlike any other audios that I've ever recorded. You will learn a ton there, and there are a lot of information in those audios that I discuss in my coaching one-on-one. But obviously, you don't have me. That's the only caveat. But other than that, a truckload of information. I mentioned the video school, in which I go over all the things that I go over in my coaching, the exercises, etc. But ultimately, of course, one-on-one coaching, 2 to 3 months, on average is what it takes. Intense work on yourself in order to make a shift. And you will start shifting within working with me. You know, some people, honest, not to brag again, but some people have one session with me, a couple of sessions, and they already feel the shift taking place. So thank you all very much for joining me today. Sorry for the little pause. I had to take care of my baby, make sure he's fine. And again, if you need to ask me about anything, the email is below. Cat V, whoop whoop. It's a long life, so the nuggets of gold are buried deep. Only for those whom deserve to know shall get them all. Well, yeah, we've talked a lot about a lot. Look at this, 101 minutes. Holy shit, fucking bananas. Anyway, thank you all very much. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. And until next time, ciao, ciao. Thank you, Kiaja.